Okay, I know it's not going to sound surprising to literally anyone when I tell you that the CEO of Roblox, David Baszucki, genuinely is losing his mind, but I am telling you right now, you need to trust me when I tell you that the things he said today and the way he acted are so much worse than anything we have ever seen or heard before. Like, please, just trust me, let me show you. He was interviewed on a podcast called Hard Fork yesterday, and the title of that video being "We asked Roblox's CEO about child safety, it got tense," already proves how insane this is going to be. Yes, it really did get tense, and the co-host actually said, and I quote, that David got angrier the more they asked. I have some clips to share with you guys too, because not only were his answers insane through his words, but he genuinely did seem to be getting more and more frustrated in his actions and tone of voice as well. Now, the first tweet from the interviewer says, "This week's Hard Fork might be the craziest interview we've ever done. We asked the CEO of Roblox about the child safety issues that have been plaguing the platform. His response was, well, just listen." You know, one crazy thing already before we even get into the interview is that despite his alleged anger during the interview, David Baszucki actually replied to that tweet by saying, "Thanks for having me on. Always happy to talk about our commitment to safety and other fun and industry-leading stuff that Roblox is working on. Looking forward to the next time. High five." First of all, he said that he's always happy to talk about safety when all he did that entire interview was avoid anything about safety. Second of all, don't think he could have written a more unnatural and robotic sounding response if he tried. The second tweet from the interviewer says, "To be clear, Roblox pitched us on interviewing their CEO about child safety. We don't ambush people, but he seemed totally caught off guard by the questions and got angrier the more we asked." Here is the attached screenshot from that tweet. The interviewer starts by saying, "Just so I have a clear response," but then David seems to have cut him off before he could even finish what he was saying, so that he could say something about AI models being the best way to go about things like safety and moderation. And from here, every single time the interviewer tried to respond to him, or every time he tried to say literally anything at all, David Baszucki continued to cut him off. He did not let him speak, he didn't let him finish a single one of these sentences, and he was being really quite strange about it. Good, so you are aligning with what we did. High five. Thank you for supporting our Roblox decision matrix. I'm so glad you guys are aligned with the way we run Roblox. High five. Is this a stealth interview where you actually love everything we are doing and you're here to stealthily support it? The way he kept saying things like high five at the end of his sentences, yet just very, very weird. And just in case you don't believe me, the actual clip is somehow a lot worse than it looks written as text.
Better and better AI models. Would you pick that?
Yeah.
Good. So you're aligning with what we did. High five.
But I've also been covering social networks.
Thank you for supporting. Thank you for supporting our Roblox decision matrix.
I also remember 15 years ago
I'm so glad you guys are aligned with the way we won Roblox.
Right. I also remember 15 years ago when Mark Zuckerberg was saying...
Is this a stealth interview where actually you love everything we're doing and you're here to stealthily support?
His facial expressions, like, I don't even need to say anything beyond that, just his facial expressions. You can actually see the frustration, the upset, the anger, whatever it is, you can see the exact moment it takes over. All of that mixed with his tone of voice and the stuttering, it's just really not a good look. And keep in mind, this entire interview was Roblox's idea. You know, he didn't do all of this, all of what he just did during the last interview where they didn't ask him questions about safety or predators or anything like that. I wonder what the difference is. Now, let me take you to this point right here. We already know that Roblox were the ones who contacted this podcast so that they could have the CEO go on there and talk about their new age checking thing, right? Well, when the interviewer asked, "What has led you to this point and how do you think of the problem of predators on Roblox?" You will never on God's green earth guess what David Baszucki responded with. He said, "We think of it not necessarily just as a problem, but an opportunity as well." Alright, when asked about the predator problem on Roblox, the CEO said he doesn't think of it as just a problem, he thinks of it as an opportunity. I've been standing here trying to think of how to respond for that for quite a while now, but I'm just completely speechless. Another one here. The interviewer regarding lawsuits and predators bypassing the filter asked, "I'm curious what's made you so confident that things are working." David Baszucki first responded with, "I don't want to comment on it." Okay, the other interviewer said, "You don't think you have a problem with predators on the platform." David Baszucki avoided answering or responding to that one directly by saying, "I think we are doing an incredible job at innovating relative to the number of people on our platform and the hours in really leaning into the future of how this is going to work." So basically, that little interaction was, does Roblox have a predator problem? We are good at innovating. Can we please be serious for once in our lives? Like, take a look at that answer right there, okay? The way that he just answered that question, and then go back to the reply on Twitter where he said he's always happy to talk about his commitment to safety. You know, the interviewers even confronted him at one point about how he was getting frustrated, and he literally said he wasn't getting frustrated, he was just trying to figure out how much fun time he has instead of talking about this super focus, meaning the serious issues like predators and overall safety. So basically he wanted them to talk to him about fun things instead of the real problems, the real issues, literally everything that we've been talking about and screaming about for the past few months.
I can tell you're getting a little bit frustrated here.
I'm actually not frustrated. I'm so excited to talk. I thought we were going to be talking about funny things in the industry and all of that. So I'm not frustrated. I'm just kind of figuring out how much fun time I have with you guys and how much fun time we have versus kind of this super focus.
Got it.
But I'm happy to talk about whatever you guys.
See that right there? Like, his priorities are just fine, guys. Please stop being mean to him. Stop being so hard on him. His priorities are exactly where they need to be. He's trying to figure out how much fun time he has. Forget the real problems. I just can't figure it out at all. Is the way he speaks sarcastic? Is that genuinely just how he talks? In that clip right there, it almost felt like a child trying to excuse their bad behavior for a moment. Like, this whole thing was just a mess. Absolutely not on the interviewer's part. They did such an incredible job. They have been really the first people to ever ask the questions that truly need asking, even if we didn't get one single real answer. And I think the only time he did directly respond to a question about safety or the predators was to say that he thinks it's an opportunity rather than just a problem. It's so bad that it feels like a joke, right? Like, the things he's saying, the way he's doing all of this, it feels like a joke, and the worst part is that it's just not a joke. If you would like to go and watch that interview for yourself, I definitely would recommend that you do so. Kind of for entertainment, because it's laughable, very much laughable, the way that he acted and responded, but it's also really quite serious in how not seriously they are taking any of this. So please, the comments is the place to go. Tell me what you guys think about the CEO of Roblox getting interviewed, and this time he seems to just straight up be losing his mind. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.